Again, welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at Dehancer, who have kindly sponsored today's video and gave me access to their film emulation plugin for Premiere Pro and After Effects. So I'm going to begin by taking you through sort of like the first look user's experience and also how you can install it. And we're really just going to go from there and just see what we end up with. But yeah, I'm really excited to try this plugin, and I actually have, as I'm recording this, used it in one of my videos already. Whether you guys noticed or not, we'll have to wait until the end to find out. So let's see how we get it installed, and then let's have a little first look perspective of my true first look experience, which is why it's a bit bad filming, but we'll get to that a bit later. So then, I want to try to show you how you can install Dehancer, because installing Dehancer is basically a couple of clicks. It is really, really simple. So obviously once you have your product key and everything, it is really simple. So obviously to get your product key and to kind of get Dehancer, you obviously need to go to dehancer.com. Okay, very simple URL. Do love a good URL. Now you need to create yourself an account. I'm already logged in on my account here, as you can probably see. You can see the prices here. Okay, so for 1 year you can get it for $300 US. Lifetime $450 US. 2 seats, I assume the 2 seats means you can use it on 2 devices, so you can use it on, say, your laptop and then your desktop. Obviously I'm on desktop currently. So this is where I started to get a little bit confused, but you know, it took me a minute to work it out, which is unusual when you download, because normally when you download a plugin, it just downloads the plugin as general. This actually makes you specify which plugin you've bought in a way, and also everything about it. So first of all, you need to select your application. Obviously we're using Premiere Pro. You then need to select your OS, and then you then need to select your product. I got different than Pro, so that. But if we look at this again and look at DaVinci Resolve, I would not know exactly what to do here instantly. So I think that's one thing I could see improving is just this. Like, I like the idea of this. It's a really good idea, because then you're installing less stuff on your computer, which is really, really good. But at the same time, it's also a tad bit confusing. Now, I will mention, I think it was this. Was it this? We'll try it. I will mention, I don't think this is a registered app yet, if I remember correctly, so Windows isn't a fan of it, and I'm not sure how Mac responds, because Mac are generally more strenuous on their security, but if I remember correctly, let me just extract this again, Dehancer installer. Yeah, so if we look here, it doesn't have a publisher, so if Dehancer could literally just mark this as a publisher, I'm not a coder or a developer, so I don't know how you would mark it as a publisher. Just this may turn a few people away. Obviously, I know these guys are quite trusted because they contacted me. I didn't contact them. They contacted me, and also my Norton said it's okay. So obviously, I have backup security methods, but this kind of just needs to be sorted. It's a little thing, but it's, you know, it can turn some people away, because some people see Windows protected your PC, and it like, oh no, you know, they don't want to do it. So I think this is definitely kind of important just to clear up, basically. But iPass ran anyway, and it worked perfectly fine, and my PC's been fine for the past couple of weeks since I've had this downloaded. So yeah. So then, once you have installed Dehancer, like we just did, you're going to head into your Premiere Pro. Make sure your Premiere Pro was not open whilst installing Dehancer, and I should mention that now. So yeah, make sure Premiere Pro has been restarted since installing, and you would originally think, as it's a plugin, you'd go to Window, Work Extensions, and you would, you know, find one of your normal plugins. Okay, it is not an extension like ones that you would normally find. In fact, you will find it over here in the effects tab, and now this brings me to my first kind of point. It's, you know, it perfectly works using it in the effects tab. I think it would just be nice for them to make their own UI interface and just, you know, make a thing that you can use like Premiere Composer, etc, etc. I don't know, like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the effects, and we're simply going to type Dehancer, and we've got Dehancer Pro version 2.0. We're going to drag it onto our selected clip, whichever one we want. So we're going to use this one. As you can see, it's already changed something. As you can see, it's gone more film-like. And then going over to the effect control panel, this is where we can control it. Now this is where I personally think, if we could have an actual like UI interface, I think that'd be really cool. It would just, you know, make this all more, let's not say easier, just more nicer layout, you know, easier to use, etc, etc. Now, one of my favorite things to do all the time first to really make it look like it's a film. Let me just put the quality back to full there, because I've been editing, so I always put it down a bit to my computer, as you can see, struggles. Now there's no film damage in that. Let's just get rid of those two clips. Don't need those. So let me reselect that clip. Find the film damage. We're going to do with 8mm film damage, and then hopefully you will. There you go. You've seen a little bit of it there. Play it again. You can see the film damage. That's one of my favourite things to do, and it really gives it that really nice effect. There's so many other amazing effects that you can use, including LUT generator. So if I just stop this from playing and change that slightly. Now, so I want to interrupt this video very quickly to show you raw footage and then footage with dehancer. You can see the comparison. It does look pretty cool. And also head up here to the film developer. No, not the film developer, the film. So now this is where you can actually change your type of film. Now, one thing I did not realise before using this plugin is, Jesus Christ, the amount of film types that there actually is kind of stupid, and the amount of different looks it gives is actually really, really nice. Kind of Kodak is kind of the main one, which I kind of knew anyway, but having never used film cameras, this is kind of really impressive to me. You know, all these different types of films, bit of a colour film, that's really nice. And we'll see if we can find a black and white film. That's still got a bit of colour in it. Aha, the Polaroid Type 100. Now, this has so many applications, not just in the content creation space, but in film and TV space. Because if you watch, say, Medicine Through Time, I was about to say History Through Time then, Medicine Through Time on the BBC, that is, making film like this. If I was an education channel, this would be so useful, for making those kind of old history type things. If you can't tell, I like my history. But yeah, this honestly really, really impressed me. It's feature packed. It's really easily customizable. You can make it really, really black and white if you really wanted to. Then we set that to 0. So many profiles, and they're still adding profiles, but things as there's experimental. Where's it gone? Experimental there. Whether that means it was an experimental type of film, or whether they're experimenting in this plugin. But this plugin has so many uses, as I said, not only in the content creation space, but in TV and film production. As film cameras, they're not cheap, they're not expensive, but if you were filming on digital mirrorless camera like I do, and you want to get a film look just for one video, there's no point in buying a whole film camera, getting the film, and then developing the film, and it's just a long process. This gives amazing results. Obviously, it's not authentic film, but this gives amazing results for what we can do digitally, and it really shows the digital advancements that we've got today. So if you did enjoy today's video, do not forget to subscribe, leave a like down below, and also drop a comment down below. Big thank you to dehancer for contacting me and sponsoring this video, providing me with their plugin to use. And for those of you wondering what video I actually use this plugin in, if you head to the video on screen, which was about a very cool microphone, then you will find in the intro I used a bit of dehancer, because I thought, let's test it, and let's actually test it in the real environment, in a real video that was going live, and I love it. Big thanks to dehancer for sponsoring today's video, and I will see you in my next video, which I still don't know what it's going to be yet, but we'll figure that out when we get to that point. Bye for now.